Buzzy Carruthers on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening. 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 What's the buzz? Tell me what's happening.
Why should you want to know? Don't you mind about the future?
Man.
Don't you try to
What's up,
think
Carter?
ahead?
Not much.
Save tomorrow for tomorrow.
A lot of things going on in sports, man.
Absolutely. Always.
There's a lot to discuss. We'll get to a few things today, man. But you having a good week so far, man? It's Thursday. One more day till the weekend.
Yeah, I've been doing well. How about yourself?
Not bad, man. Not bad. Big game tomorrow. Cross border rival, Iowa. They gave us a pretty good whooping last time we played them.
Yeah.
So I think we had a great practice today. Guys are ready to respond. Hopefully we can, play 40 minutes and give the fans a good show and come out with the win, man. I've spoke about it before, but our guys have not lost their spirit. They're still fighting. And that's the good thing right now. So that's good, man. And we have a tough road trip coming up. And we've actually got 3 games in 5 days. So we got Iowa, Penn State, and then Ohio State. So that doesn't happen often. We got a makeup game in there. So, but we're still fighting, man. And hopefully we can come away victorious tomorrow, man. We started off really well against Iowa our first game. We even had the lead about 13 minutes into the it's the first half. So I think if we can repeat a start like that and just keep steady momentum going into the second half, I think we should be right there at the end of the game. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. How you been doing, man? No Tito today. No Tito. He's traveling. He's traveling to California. He is going to LA. So he's on the road right now. But yeah, man. Welcome back, everybody. 937 The Ticket. What's the buzz? This is Buzzy Carruthers. Young Carter with a K is going to be with me today. And like I said, there's a lot of things to discuss in sports, man. Most recently I was listening on the way in, and I'm glad they did speak about this. But the Zion Williams saga, it's getting to the point where I think it is almost to the point where he might have to leave New Orleans. He might have to.
Yeah.
I just this is what I'm taking from the no communication. That's what I take from the no communication, is that he doesn't want to be in New Orleans. That's what I get from it. What do you? That's what I get from it.
Yeah, there's no way that he's happy there. I've never really heard of a story like this, especially a guy with the caliber of CJ McCollum comes to a new team and Zion's the star there, right? So and he didn't even reach out at all. That's unheard of. Every single time there's a trade, you hear about the stars reaching out, and they usually they're overly friendly early on. They want to get to know them well, welcome them to the city, and the fact that he didn't reach out at all is really telling, I think.
Right. And then also, which we spoke about previously on, you throw a little the slight wrench that gets thrown is the JJ Redick comments, because to some degree you're like, Zion's doing business right now. This may be his way of doing business, holding out. You know what I'm saying? Because he wants to leave. But then you throw a little wrench in the game when JJ Redick actually comes out and, as noted earlier, a Dookie who is a Dookie,
Duke
just
on
like
Duke on Duke crime.
right. And he actually said, he's played with them. He's actually played with them, and he said firsthand, straight up, he's not a good teammate. So I think it's a little deeper than what everybody's kind of seeing it for. And I think the bottom line is that he wants to get out of there. I think he might be not being a good teammate because he wants to leave, and we've seen that with guys already within the past couple years, like a James Harden, like a Ben Simmons, and Zion Williams is no different. I mean, he's that caliber. Well, he should be that caliber superstar. That's what everybody is hoping for, or New Orleans is hoping for, NBA is hoping for. But guys can force their way out of situations, and if it takes them being an asshole, like they'll do that, and because we've seen it.
I mean, yeah, New Orleans already saw it themselves a couple years ago with Anthony Davis.
Right.
I mean, he was doing pretty much the exact same thing. He's a young superstar, had some really good years, but also struggled with some injury history, and just eventually got to the point where he just thought he couldn't get it done in New Orleans. So he kind of threw a little bit of a fit, ended up getting out of there and winning a championship with LeBron. So I'm sure Zion looks at that same thing and goes, hey, like it's not ideal here. I probably didn't want to go here to begin with. I remember thinking back to that draft. A lot of people thought the Knicks might get the first pick.
Right.
I'm sure he would have been much
right.
happier in New York.
I saw a clip that they showed with like a lot of famous New Yorkers for that draft, and it was funny when they got the third pick and the bar or wherever they were, the restaurant they were at, it just went dead silent. They were so let down. It was hilarious, man. I think it was Desus Mero and who else? It was another famous like New Yorker right now. But yeah, no, they did. They definitely missed out on that first pick. But yeah, I mean, yeah, I think it's the organization. I think he wants out of the organization, and they are second fiddle to the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate. That's why a superstar I don't think will ever really thrive very well in New Orleans. They need new ownership until they're an NBA franchise. Like they shouldn't be playing second fiddle to another team.
But I don't think that ownership is ever going to leave New Orleans. I don't think she will. And I heard even today that when she passes, that the ownership goes to the city of New Orleans, I think, or citizens of New Orleans. I don't know.
I have no idea.
I mean, we'll fact check it, but I believe on NBA Today that they said that once she passes, that the city will get the team, the New Orleans Pelicans. Like I think maybe in a sense of the Green Bay Packers out.
Yeah, that'd be interesting.
So,
or maybe the city takes it and then they sell it maybe to somebody, a new owner. I don't know how that works.
Or maybe it was the stipulation that the city gets it and it has to go to someone from New Orleans. Maybe I don't know, but we'll definitely have to fact check it. But I think that's now the other thing though too is that you seen that commercial that Zion was in. He does look a little overweight.
A little chunky, yeah.
So who knows how much that has to factor in with it, with the recovery. I don't know. There's a lot of things to factor in, but to go even deeper, I mean, this is where I was going with, you see he's overweight. That could be depression from being in New Orleans.
Well, it's just like James Harden, right? James Harden was not looking like James Harden there for a while in Houston, and then as soon as he got traded, it was magically gone. So.
Right. Exactly.
Another thing that I kind of wonder about with this whole Zion situation too is, I hope it's not this kind of scenario, but it could be kind of a James Harden AD situation, but it's also getting to the point too where we could be looking at a Greg Oden type situation, because I mean Zion cannot stay on the floor.
Right.
He's got to get back out there eventually. I mean, we still all know he's super talented when he's on the floor, but I don't know. Will he get back on the floor consistently? We'll just kind of have to see.
Right. Great point. And a lot of that kind of depends on the franchise, the organization. Are they willing to do what it's going to take, because you can look at the Greg Oden situation and see where there wasn't that total support that I don't think they truly understood what was going on, especially with the depression that took over as he didn't start to play in the drinking. But you can also look at a situation like Philadelphia with Joel Embiid. You know, he was injury riddled the first few years of his career, but they stuck with him. And who knows how engaged, you know, he was with the team. You know, you see you see that his situation was different. He was able to, it doesn't look like he was ever depressed at a point, you know, maybe because of his engagement with the team, his teammates' engagement with him. You know, that's a story that, you know, maybe needs to be looked at, because you do kind of see that with the Greg Oden part, you know, depression and drinking, overweight, could never. Once you get into some of those cycles as a athlete, those things can take a toll. I've been there. You know, I had 4 surgeries on my ankle, 3 in high school. You know, so once you get in those situations, you really don't really understand. A lot of people don't understand the toll it can take on your mentality and your mental, and especially if you're at a place that you don't really want to be. You know, so maybe Zion doesn't really want to be there, so that's piling onto it. It could be so much deeper than I think everybody's speaking about on the surface. You know what I'm saying? You could really go down so many different rabbit holes.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of different stuff going on there in New Orleans. I mean, we've already mentioned that the fact that the franchise kind of plays second fiddle to the Saints. He's also had a couple different head coaches already. He's only been there for a few years.
Right.
The team's also seen a lot of overhauling. I mean, when he got there, they just completed that big trade with the Lakers, sending out AD, got all those picks back, got all those, you know, young players back, Lonzo Ball, Josh Hart, stuff like that. And now we've already seen those guys shipped out and moved on. So it's been a lot of turnover. It hasn't been a stable environment at all.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's going to be interesting to see where it goes from here. But
something interesting off the text line here too. It says it's a little weird that he's super young players, sort of unproven that he's demanding that. Do you think that he kind of has his right already to demand a trade out, or do you think that he needs to kind of prove something more before he should be?
I don't think it's a trade. I think his contract is up.
Yeah.
I mean, I think the contract is up, I believe, this year, right? This is his 3rd or 4th year.
This is
either way
his 3rd. So I think there might be 1 year left after this.
Maybe 1 year, but that might be an option. That might be a player option. We'll fact check that too when we get a chance to go to the break. But yeah, text line, please text in. We'd love to hear from you, or call in. Honda of Lincoln hotline 402-464-5685, or the Sartor Heyman text line 402-464-5685. You listen to What's the Buzz on 93.7 The Ticket. We're talking basketball per usual, like we always do at this time. And moving on from Zion, All-Star Weekend. Did you get a chance to check it out?
A little bit.
So you're not in the All-Star Weekend.
I mean, I like it.
Out of all the sports, what's the best All-Star Weekend?
Probably basketball.
Thank you.
Yeah. I mean,
come on now.
It definitely not the NFL.
Yeah.
The NFL is awful.
It's terrible.
They need to get rid of the Pro Bowl. Either that or tell those guys to start playing actual football. But
maybe I think flag football should be played for the Pro Bowl.
Yeah, you might as well. That's basically what they're already playing.
Yeah, just play flag football. That's it. I mean, and let some of the linemen go on some pass routes.
Yeah, that or you can do something like just kind of put together your own little All-Star Weekend, do a lot of more skill challenges. And stuff like
that is a really cool part to watch.
Yeah, so add more of those kind of things,
right.
And then maybe you can honestly just maybe get rid of the game altogether and just say like you are a Pro Bowler, like you don't actually play the game. Because I mean, you see guys that go to the Super Bowl anyways, they're still considered a Pro Bowler even though they play in the Pro Bowl. So
right.
That way, I don't know.
Right. So what did you get a chance to check out for All-Star Weekend?
I did not watch the slam dunk contest after the first couple dunks because that was
Don't tell you. You really turned it off. You had it on and you just turned it off.
yeah, it was not. It wasn't worth watching. It was not good. I had other things to do, so I moved on from that one. I watched almost all of the All-Star game. I caught bits and pieces of the 3-point challenge, but yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, the dunk contest. Going back to the dunk contest. It was pretty bad.
Yeah,
It was pretty bad.
That was the worst one I've ever seen.
Yeah, and that's what was disappointing, Carter, was that it really was because I've grown up on All-Star Game. Like, you got to understand, I watched Mike in these All-Star games, and I come the golden era of basketball, in my opinion, when they played hard. Yeah. It wasn't just, there was defense played all 4 quarters. There was defense. And so I guess just how I viewed the All-Star as a youngin' coming up and what it's come to now, just having that, like, I still like, I enjoyed the game. I like how they've changed it. I like how they do the Elam ending. But the dunk contest, like the one part, because I watched Mike in these dunk contests. I watched him jump from the free throw line, and that was just disappointing. And I blame the NBA because they picked the wrong people. They picked absolutely the wrong people.
Yeah, I don't understand why the superstars refuse to do the dunk contest. I mean, they do the 3-point contest. I don't know if it's just if they're that concerned about getting hurt, but I mean, if you're that worried about it, just don't do anything, completely like out of your mind. Like, you don't got to jump over guys. You can still be really creative without jumping over guys, jumping over cars, stuff like that. But I don't know, if we had more superstars in there, I think that would definitely be a lot better.
Right. Or just get some of the same guys that are always in it. Like, I don't understand this concept of having to get new guys.
Yeah.
Like, if you want a good, entertaining dunk contest, go get Aaron Gordon. Go get Zach LaVine. And pay them dudes. Like, pay them. Put on a show. That's what it should be about. And yeah, now Toscano from Golden State, who won. I'm sorry, not Toscano. Obi Toppin. They both are very similar as far as size. They were both in the finals. Obi Toppin won. Obi Toppin's degree of difficulty was a 10, but like he didn't have like that hang time, that air time, you know what I mean? So his dunks didn't look like poetry in the air like some guys do.
That's why you need those hyper athletic guards in there. Those are the best ones to watch.
That's why I was disappointed that Cole Anthony actually did not make the finals, and that was my pick. If you remember, I picked Cole Anthony. He had a really good first dunk, but then the second dunk was a great idea, but he never could land it. I think his legs were just shot, and so he didn't end up making it. But those are the guys you got to have in there, like, and you have to. And when you are making these picks, NBA, when you are making these picks, you have to think about some type of artistry that these guys are going to have in the air. And you could tell with the picks that they had, those guys they're too big, they're too long, they're too big. It's not going to look like, they're hanging in the air like a Dominique Wilkins or like a Michael Jordan or like a Kobe or like a Spud Webb or a Nate Robinson, even Dwight Howard. Now, Dwight Howard was big, but when he jumped, it looked like he was paused in the air, head at the rim.
I mean, same with Aaron Gordon. Gordon's like 6'9", 6'10", and
yes,
he went and jumped over a mascot, and he just floated above it and grabbed the ball and threw it down. I mean, you gotta get guys that are creative and can just hang in the air.
Yeah. So I hope the NBA gets this right, because that's one of the best parts. Well, I hope they get it right because it is the best All-Star weekend. It's the best All-Star game in pro sports. And I think that they owe it to the fans to make the right selections. Now, moving on from the dunk contest, did you see who won the 3-point contest? A big man, Carl Anthony
He
Towns.
won?
Yeah,
I didn't even see that.
He won. So I don't know if you remember Tito was mad.
Yeah, he was mad. Hey, man, Carl Anthony Towns, he shoots over 40% from 3 on the year. So
He won it.
Yeah.
He won it all. He represented for the big man. And Tito was so mad that he was in it. And then he ends up winning it. Beat Trae Young, beat Darius Garland, beat all them dudes, man. And it was impressive. It was impressive. And it's all it got to the point during that dunk contest where even the announcers were discussing that it should be flipped. The 3-point contest should be last.
Mhm.
Dunk contest should be before the 3-point contest.
yeah. My only complaint with the 3-point contest is, and this might not be the league's fault. He might have just said no, but I don't know how we didn't have Steph Curry in there the year that he broke the 3-point record. You would think that this is the year that you'd really want him in there.
Right.
Just at least the storylines for
Right.
but
Yeah. I mean, it definitely would have been cool to have the Curry brothers against each other. Just
Yep.
keep that going. You know what I mean? That'd be cool. Because Seth won one, didn't he?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, he won last year, maybe, I think, or maybe the year before. But yeah, moving on from the 3-point contest. Now the NBA celebrated top 75 players this year. You weren't around, but we discussed on a show, I think, back in December when they made the selections, the people that we feel got left off. The NBA did something really cool, and they actually did a draft of the top 75. So they had these cool groups. They had some individuals. So they had Dominique Wilkins, they had Jerry West, they had Quavo, they had Sue Bird, and then they had the Inside the NBA crew. They had the Inside the NBA TNT Tuesday crew. They had According to Sources, and then they had I'm missing one. I can't remember, but it was cool because, first of all, Jerry West. All right, they came up with like an algorithm that would say who drafted the best team. All right. Now the first couple picks were interesting. All right. So the first pick was Dominique Wilkins had the first pick, then Jerry West had the second pick. All right. Can you guess who Dominique Wilkins picked first?
Mike.
No. He picked himself.
Well, that ruins all the credibility of the draft right away.
Right. So he kind of messed it up from the jump, right? But his team ended up being third-ranked best draft team. So he I guess he didn't do too bad. Now, who do you think Jerry West picked at number 2?
Jerry West.
No.
Mike.
No. Kobe.
All right.
I thought it was so ironic that even knowing that Michael was better than both of these guys, all right, in my opinion, I mean, I think everybody would say that he's better than Dominique for sure. But, everybody knows that Kobe got everything from Mike. So, but I thought it was very ironic that Mike got drafted in the third pick in his regular draft.
Yeah.
And then 75 years, well, of the NBA, but I don't know what, 83, 30 years later, 30 years later, he falls to number 3 again. And these guys know what they know.
Yeah.
Isn't that ironic? I mean, that's crazy.
They probably did it on purpose.
That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. But I thought that was really cool, man. If you want to see that, go check it out online. But I think it's cool that some of the teams that were put together. Quavo had a really cool team, just with big culture guys like Iverson to Dr. J to George Gervin. So, but I thought that was cool, and I thought the NBA really killed that. But you're listening to 93.7 The Ticket. What's the Buzz with Buzzy Carruthers and Carter? We'll be back.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
Old School with DP and J.
I mean, I learned this about the difference between the college game and the NFL. Every play is designed offensively and defensively for one guy to make a mistake, whether it's being out of your gap, forgetting the blitz, forgetting a check on offense, forgetting the snap count. In college, it might be explosive play, 15 yards, whatever you deem as explosive play. The pros,
all of them are house.
All of them are. The guy will hit his head on the goalpost.
93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
At first, I was really nervous and intimidated to buy a ring. I wasn't sure what I was getting into.
My experience at Starter Heyman was very easy. I felt like I walked out of Starter Heyman with the ring that was going to make her go wow and say yes.
I love my ring. It is so beautiful.
I absolutely love my ring. I get compliments on it all the time. I always tell them Starter Heyman.
Yeah, we would definitely recommend Starter Heyman.
Yeah, it was great.
We're definitely coming back.
Sure. Sauter Heyman Jewelers, Lincoln and Grand Island. SauterHeyman.com.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, February 2nd and 3rd. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on different models of John Deere and Hagie sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and more. We'll be offering free dicamba certification. Join us February 2nd and 3rd in Kearney. RSVP by calling your local Landmark location or at landmarkimp.com/events.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season. Enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games.
I'm Chris Jackmick. I served in the United States Air Force, and I deployed 3 times. So in 2017, I was serving as an Air Force First Sergeant. Our motto in that role is "My job is people, everyone is my business." But unfortunately, in that year, I would lose my own brother, Lance Corporal Adam Jackmick, to suicide. The majority of veteran suicides are from guns. I store my weapons securely, not only for myself, but for my family. Store all your guns securely. Help stop suicide. My service never stops.
Brought to you by End Family Fire and the Ad Council.
This is how we do every day. We be grinding, and if you want to come and text us,
if you love them enough to turn off your music and pretend like their music is your music.
This is Mommy's jam.
Then surely you'll check NHTSA.gov/the right seat to make sure they're in the right car seat.
Let's play it again.
Check today at NHTSA.gov/the right seat. Brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
Back to the Ticket weeknights. Here is your host, Nebraska Basketball's Director of Player Development, Buzzy Carruthers.
Man, there's so many directions we can go, man. There's so much going on, man. Always a lot to discuss, man, especially this time of the year. But I think we got to discuss it just for the second the slap heard around the world.
Yep.
Did you? So, what was your initial reaction? Like, when did you see it? Like, what were you doing? Were you watching the game or what?
No, I was just on Twitter and I saw a clip of it. And then, so obviously, I was very curious as to why that happened. So I did some digging. Sounds like Wisconsin was up by, I don't know, 15-ish end of the game. Michigan put on a full court press, and then Wisconsin took a timeout, and then that obviously Michigan didn't like that. But the Wisconsin starters were out, so the young guys obviously had no idea how to break that press. They were pretty frazzled. So obviously,
you're going with
Greg Gard wasn't going to let them just flounder out there. But,
oh wow!
I mean, listen, I gotta kind of look at this both ways. If Michigan wants to put it in the game, like that's fine. If you want to put on the full court press, that's fine. But if Wisconsin then wants to take a timeout to kind of regroup, especially without their starters out there, I think they have that right.
Interesting. That's it. That's all you got. What about what happened after that?
So
I mean, that it didn't just end right there. That's what started it.
Okay, yeah. I don't know. The end of the game scenario is kind of hard to just dissect because we don't know exactly what happened. But from what I gathered, it looks like.
So you didn't do I did a full scale frame by frame.
Oh, I didn't do the whole frame by frame thing. It looked like they were shaking hands, and then Gard kind of stopped Juwan, kind of put his left hand on him and kind of stopped him in the line. And then
first mistake.
Yeah, first mistake, and obviously Juwan didn't like that, so he kind of went at him, told him don't put your hands on me, and then that's when that just kind of escalated from there. It seemed like. So that's kind of my general analysis of it.
Right. You're not going to talk about
the slap.
Yeah, I mean,
I think when I thought I said when it escalated from there, I thought that kind of explained the rest of my thinking. It just seemed like it just more and more people got involved. That the assistant coach seemed like he was reaching at Juwan, and Juwan just had the longer reach, so he's the one that actually connected. It kind of seemed like they're both kind of reaching to hit. So
right.
That's kind of what happened there, I think.
Right. Man, I mean, that was crazy. Unfortunate. For sure.
There's no place for it with coaches.
Yeah.
I mean, there's no place for it regardless, but especially as a coach, you can't do that. No matter what went on during the game, after the game, you gotta keep that stuff off the court, off the cameras.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think both were in the wrong. I think that if you're up a certain amount of points, you might have your walk-ons, your lower bench guys in there. I mean, they're going to turn the ball over. I don't understand the thing with why would the other team who's down stop playing. When I grew up playing, it was play through the buzzer, whether you were down or up, right?
Yeah.
Right. Whether you're down 20, you play through the buzzer.
Yeah.
Right. So that's what I was always taught. Right. So I think the timeout wasn't called for. If you get a turnover, you get a turnover. If the game is that out of reach. And I think a lot of coaches have been in that scenario before, and they didn't take a timeout, but there are coaches that have, and obviously we've seen that. But that's where it started, and he didn't take that lighthearted. He said something to him going through the line, and that's where it should have ended right there. Because you, as a coach, see that he's already livid. You see that he's mad. He probably doesn't want an explanation on why you did it.
Yeah, no.
I mean, come on.
Yeah, he doesn't want to say anything.
Exactly.
Hear anything.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He went to the end of the line to calm himself down. He said something. You should just let it go. You just got the dub. But when he put his hands on him, at that point, who knows what manly instincts may kick in, regardless of the position you are in.
Mhm.
And obviously, Juwan crossed the line, but he was provoked, Coach Howard. And so at that point, yeah, things escalated, and it's definitely unfortunate that it happened. I feel bad for both teams, because Michigan lost their guy for the rest of the year, and then obviously some fines on the other side, some players suspended. So, it sucks for both teams, but it's also a learning lesson, and I think that's what it needs to be treated as for both, men and teams and everybody watching. There's certain ways to definitely handle it other than becoming physical, but there's definitely some great learning points there. So hopefully that's the thing that a lot of coaches, players, spectators took from that. Because I mean, there's so many trickling effects that can happen from that. I mean, again, going down a rabbit hole, you could a youth coach could see that and calling a timeout up 20 in a fifth grade game, and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's so many trickling, and then there's another youth coach that might see Coach Howard doing that and think that that's okay. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, it's crazy. So, unfortunate, but I think both of those teams will be okay. I think Michigan got a win last night, got a big win last night, and Wisconsin definitely obviously is going to make the tournament. So, but it was definitely it was rough to see, because obviously those guys are in our conference and we want nothing but the best for them. So, but I definitely just had to get to that, man, because it was definitely.
It'll be interesting to see if I don't know how the seeding will shake out here, but if we there's still a chance we can see them match up in the Big Ten conference.
That's the interesting thing, right?
In the tournament. So
in the tournament,
yeah. That could create some interesting storylines there.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly could. But yeah, man. Now moving on from that, I want to go to high school basketball. Did you see the high school game, girls game that was a last second finish? The girl made the layup or made a shot, 7 seconds still left, and the crowd stormed the floor. Did you see that?
No, I did not.
Really? Okay. So the high school basketball game in Sacramento ended in controversy when the fans actually rushed the floor with 7 seconds left. The refs didn't stop play.
Yeah.
The refs literally ran into a couple of the fans. Now, I like discussing high school basketball on here because, in these different states, there's so many crazy things that happen.
Was that in Nebraska, or is that like somewhere else?
No, Sacramento.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So the ref actually runs into a fan, and then the girl is weaving through the fans, through traffic, to get down to shoot the shot. Now, obviously, time should have stopped. The ref should have blown the whistle. They didn't. The girl, and I give credit to her for not stopping, and with all the chaos going on, she kind of just had tunnel vision, weaved through the fans, got down there, threw a shot up, didn't go in, but the refs called the game. It was unbelievable. And I think that's one thing with youth sports, like high school sports, sometimes when things happen like that, it sucks for the kids, man, because you don't ever want a game to end where both teams weren't given a fair chance. And they straight ended the game and walked off the floor, and the other team was celebrating like they didn't see the fans run on the floor. It was crazy, man. It was crazy. But I just thought it was, it's crazy that the refs did not. But again, like some of these refs at the high school level,
they're pretty green sometimes.
Some of them are just trying to get a little check. You know?
I've seen something like that happen before. I think it honestly might have even been in a college game, where like the fans stormed the court too early. It wasn't quite a full 7 seconds, but like 2 seconds left, and the fans stormed the court. Where the refs they have to. I know it's a lot of chaos, but you got to just stop the game.
Just stop the game. Just blow the whistle.
Clear the court, and then let the game finish out. But yeah, they there's no way that they should have let them continue playing. Like that's insane. Like I don't even know what the thought process is. Like, okay, yeah, like they should be fine to just keep going through all these fans. Like what on earth makes you think
Carter,
that's okay?
The girl literally drove through fans. Like it was like a full court press was on her, and it was not the other team.
Yeah,
it was just the fans. And I wish that the refs would have stopped it, put 7 seconds back up on the clock, and replay it.
Yeah,
like
it's simple.
That's not that hard,
No.
right? And you know when I also see things like this, I always just think about some of the games that just in sports that where replay should have been used and it wasn't, or just common logic should have been used by the refs at some point. Like the other day, there was a game where 3-point shot was actually a 2, and the foot was
saw that.
His foot was clearly on the line.
Yeah,
and they said they couldn't review. Like they said they couldn't take it off the board. That's right there. The video is right there. His foot is right there. And you can't take it off the board because so much time passed.
Yeah, it's with all the technology we have today, it's kind of ridiculous that there's not more things that we can go to. I know sometimes the video replay stuff can create more controversy than there was to begin with, but for the most part, it's going to be more of a helpful factor than a negative.
Right, exactly. And you know, exactly. The replay, yes, there may be some more time taken with the game. Definitely the game will be a little longer, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah,
you know, and I think you definitely have to hold these referees accountable, and I think that team should get a replay of 7 seconds. Just go in the gym and play 7 seconds.
Yeah,
like just replay it. We're here. 93.7 The Ticket. What's the buzz? Buzzy Carruthers and Carter. We'll be back.
Need to send a message? Send it with cake. Congratulations. Here's a congratulations chocolate rum cake from Beatrice Bakery. Thank you. Say thank you with an amaretto cake. I'm sorry that I accidentally hit your mailbox with my car as I was backing out of the driveway and then continued right into your prized petunias. You say that with a lemon drop cake. Everybody knows that. Beatrice Bakery in downtown Beatrice or online at beatricebakery.com. Here to help you say whatever it is you need to say. Welcome to our world of yum.
Landmark Implement, your local John Deere dealership, is hosting their annual sprayer clinic at the Buffalo County Fairgrounds in Kearney, Nebraska, February 2nd and 3rd. Landmark Sprayer Clinic offers expansive equipment and technology training on different models of John Deere and Hagie sprayers. Learn about the newest technology, machine maintenance, spray tip selection, and more. We'll be offering free dicamba certification. Join us February 2nd and 3rd in Kearney. RSVP by calling your local Landmark location or at landmarkimp.com/events.
Did you know that the U.S. has added over 1,100 new breweries in the last 18 months? Learn more by shopping at Myers Cork and Bottle, 13th and South, and by tuning into Thirsty Thursdays with Kevin Myers, because sports are better with a drink in your hand and a friend at your side.
Casey's General Store is giving you the chance at winning 2 free tickets to a Nebraska home basketball game this season. Stop by any Casey's location in Lincoln throughout basketball season, enter your name into the registration box, and you'll have a chance to win 2 tickets to an upcoming Nebraska basketball game. Every drawing will occur at least 24 hours before the game that has its selected winner. So make sure to get to any Casey's in Lincoln today for your chance at 2 free tickets for Nebraska men's basketball games.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC. And things have obviously been pretty challenging lately with new vehicles, with all the microchip and supply chain issues, but things continue to loosen up as Koppel gets more and more new vehicles in each and every week. We've had many customers also custom order their vehicles. So if you don't see what you want in our current inventory, we can put an order in to get exactly what you want. So go online, reserve your new vehicle at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safe environment for my family. Action's honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit actionlincoln.com.
93.7 The Ticket, Fox, KFXL weather. Brought to you by Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Your first alert weather forecast tonight, clearing and cold. Overnight lows 0. Sunshine warming up a bit on Friday and highs right around 30. I'm MTV Chief Forecaster Ken Boughton for 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's no better way to spark a child's imagination than to get lost in the adventure of a good book. I'm Jenny Benson, president of NSEA. Working together, parents and teachers can help every child succeed. You can help by reading to your child and let your child read to you. Encourage reading in your home and make it a priority. Make reading fun and a time that you and your child look forward to spending together.
Sponsored by the Nebraska State Education Association, aired by the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
People do some pretty cool things in their 40s and 50s. Why should saving for retirement be any different? I mean, they go back to college, learn new instruments, start skateboarding. Whoa! Okay, maybe that one's not for everybody, but saving for retirement is. With aceyourretirement.org, you can get on track with your retirement savings no matter your age. Just have a 3-minute chat with Avo, the friendly digital retirement coach from AARP. You'll get personalized recommendations based on your input that are easy to understand and work with your lifestyle. It's quick, easy, and free. Plus, it's sponsored by AARP, so you know they got your back.
Woohoo! Gnarly move, Dad.
Thanks, sweetie.
So wherever you are in your retirement savings journey, head to aceyourretirement.org and start chatting with Avo today. That's aceyourretirement.org. A message from AARP and the Ad Council.
Back to The Ticket weeknights. Here is your host, Buzzy Carruthers. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Close to the ending. We are here, 93.7 The Ticket. What's the buzz? Buzzy Carruthers alongside Carter with a K. I think you're the only Carter I know with a K.
Yeah, that's what most people say.
Yeah.
Pretty unique.
Right. Just like Buzz, right?
Yeah, that's right.
From the text line, Mr. B, then let both teams play through the buzzer. I think he's talking about the I think he's talking about the high school game. You just saw that. I sent it to you. Pretty crazy, right?
Yeah, it was ridiculous.
Right. Pecan Pie from the text line. Come on, Buzzy. No manly instincts should kick in for a grown man. He was completely out of line. I didn't say he was not out of line, but understand he's coming from the streets of Chicago, and obviously he felt threatened. So, but he was definitely out of line for sure. And also from Mr. B on the text line, going through the line, who disrespected who first? Just curious. I would say Wisconsin, but both had to pay heavy fines. So.
Yeah,
but do a little quick buzz to end the show, man. There's a lot of things going on, but I want to try and get to a couple different things. But I think the biggest thing right here. This just came out a couple hours ago, is that Vitaly Klitschko is Ukrainian, and he is the mayor of Kyiv in Ukraine, and he is joining forces, and he will be fighting.
Really?
Yes.
The mayor's going to fight.
Yeah, I mean, the mayor, he's a Hall of Fame boxer. I mean, this guy, he's more than, I mean, this guy's, I just think, I mean, wow. I mean, I don't even know how to respond to that. Like,
wants to fight for his country.
Yeah.
Ultimate.
I mean, yeah. I mean, because ultimately he's got money, and with the things that are going on between Russia and Ukraine for a Hall of Fame boxer to fight this day and age, 2022. That's pretty powerful, man. That's pretty powerful. Also wanted to get to Aaron Jackson. A little bit of Winter Olympics. We didn't really cover Winter Olympics. I don't know how much coverage the Winter Olympics actually gets or got. Obviously they can't show replays on ESPN. I think because of
the television rights.
Television rights. But I want to definitely send a shout out to Aaron Jackson, who became the first Black woman to win Olympic speed skating gold. That's a great feat, and notingly did it during Black History Month. So I think that's something that will always be remembered, and I think that's pretty dope, man. 2022 to still have first Black so-and-so, I think it's just a really cool thing for our culture to embrace each time it happens. Pecan pie, by the way, Buzzy, I do love the show. Keep doing what you do. I appreciate it. Thanks. Appreciate you, Pecan pie. Seriously. Thank you for listening and tuning in. We just like to discuss and have a little bit of fun up here. And we definitely appreciate all of our fans, all of Nebraska, for tuning in. Another quick buzz note I wanted to get to. So there's a lot of shows that are coming out, that are starting, that are finishing. And I tried to ask you what show, and I'm saying this because Tom Brady. Have you seen Road Trip? Oh my gosh, bro! You've never seen the movie Road Trip?
I don't think so. Like, with who?
With Tara Reid. I don't know the act. I mean, I just know Tara Reid. It was about a road trip. It was about a college. Some college guys, they go on a road trip for this dude's girlfriend. But I mean, it's a classic, dude. It's a college classic. You've never seen it?
Well,
text line. Please text me that you've seen Road Trip.
It
doesn't matter how old it is. It's still a college classic.
Hey, I've only been in college for like 6 months.
Tom Green. Yes. Scott from the text line. Tom Green. I mean, hilarious. He's absolutely hilarious in that movie.
It sounds familiar, but I just can't remember like what the movie is off the top of my head.
Oh my gosh. Well, anyway, Tom Brady is actually producing.
Yeah, I saw that.
So that's why I was asking you, like, what do you watch for your TV shows? Because there's all these TV shows coming out. Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. You check that out?
Yeah, I watched it. I haven't watched the whole thing, but I've seen episodes.
You seen the new one?
No. There's a new one?
That's what I'm talking about.
No, I know there's a new one.
Austin, Scott from the text line, Austin, Massachusetts. Road Trip is a classic from text line, Ohio Husker. Yes, it's a classic, man. Dude, you have to watch it.
All right.
This is any college student has to watch this movie.
Right,
it's like Animal House.
I've got 2 movies now that I gotta watch. I gotta watch Road Trip, and then I also gotta watch Coming to America.
Yes.
AD and Raph told me I gotta get on that.
Dude, come on, man. Coming to America. Come on, bro. Please tell me that you've seen Animal House.
Oh yeah, I've seen Animal House.
Okay. All right. I was about to say, man. Come on now. But so Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, new show out. It's dope. It's pretty good. Snowfall started last night. You watched Snowfall? Oh my gosh. It's unbelievable. You should watch. You definitely need to watch. New show, Power. Force? No?
No.
Oh my gosh.
I don't got time to watch all these TV shows.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Well, I did. I mean, I guess this is what I watch when I go, on the planes and stuff and on the buses. But yeah, so you definitely got to check that out. Cobra Kai. Please tell me you've seen Cobra Kai, man. Come on, bro.
All my friends tell me I got to watch it, but I haven't.
Oh, we got a picture from the text line. Classic. Do you see it?
Yeah.
Yes, man. Classic. Oh, Stifler. Yes, Stifler was in it.
From American Pie.
Yes. Come on, bro. All right. Yeah, I'm going to give you a list. Please tell me you've seen Old School.
Oh, wait. No, yes, I have seen Old School.
Will Ferrell.
Yeah. Yeah,
Okay.
I've seen Old School.
Hey, man. I was
My
going to
bad.
say, Blue, you're my boy. Oh, man. Another great show in the books, man. I appreciate you keeping me company this hour, Carter.
Absolutely.
With a K. Brad from the text line, Tommy Boy. That is another classic college movie, man. I mean, it's a lot of classics you need to get on, Carter.
All
But
right.
93.7 The Ticket. What's the buzz? We appreciate you, Nebraska, tuning in. We are out. We look forward to seeing you tomorrow at the game, and hopefully we can come away with that W for y'all. Thank you again. 93.7 The Ticket. What's the buzz? Buzzy Carruthers, Carter with a K. We are out.
Action Plumbing, Heating, Air, and Electric always makes safety a top priority for our home and office. In under just 1 hour, their team installed the state-of-the-art air scrubber system directly into our existing HVAC ductwork. This technology purifies the air and reduces exposure to common bacteria and viruses, creating a safer breathing environment for my family. Action delivers honest quality services we can count on. To learn more, visit Action